and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create this fillable incident report form in Word. So let's open a new document. So the first thing I'm going to do is reduce the margins of this page. You can see the margins if you go over to rulers. If you can't see rulers, go to view, make sure rulers are checked, and you can see they're quite wide at the moment. So all I'm going to do is hover between the grey and the white section. You can see my cursor changes, click and drag up to the top. Same with the bottom, click and drag down to the bottom. Then I'm going to go to insert table, number of columns I want is 2 and the number of rows I want is 34, and then press OK. So now I'm just going to grab this central line and move it over to about here, because it's roughly where most of the central lines occur. If I just bring over the original, you can see that the lines here, there's ones further over here, and then here and here, but we will adjust all of those in time. So what I'm going to do is show you how to merge some cells and split cells, and then how we put the information in. So in the top row here, I just want to put the title in, so I'm going to select both of these cells here, go to table layout and select merge cells. Then insert your text. I'm just going to paste mine in, but you can see if I go to the home tab, this is the font I've used and it's font size 22. And then if I just press center text, it will center it to the middle of the form. Then I'm going to put in some more text, but what I will do is I will leave one row blank. You can merge it if you want to by selecting both cells, table layout, merge cells, and that will be our space. Then we're going to put the title of the next section. So again, we're going to merge those two cells, and then we're going to put in our next title. I don't want this to be over here. I want it to be at the edge here. So if I click on this little drop down, go to undo automatic numbering, and then it will bring it to the margin on the left hand side here. Then I'll put in the rest of my information for the next 3 rows. I'm just going to paste in those bits of text, and then I'm going to leave a space here, merge cells, merge the next cell for the next title, put in the text. Now what I'm going to do is to put in all of my information only. I'm going to merge a few cells, but when I come to split the cells, I'll stop the video and show you how to do that. Okay, so in this one here, we want to create a yes or no section. So on the original, you can see we've got a yes, then a space, then a clickable checkbox, then no, and a clickable checkbox. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We've got this cell here, and we're going to need to split it into 5. So make sure your cursor's in the cell, go to split cells, number of columns we want is 5, and click OK. Then we can put yes in here, leave a space, put no in here and leave a space. To move just one line, you select both sides of the cell, the line, pull the line over. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to delete 2 of the rows like this, select them both, right click, delete cells, click OK, and then click in this row here, go up to table layout and click twice below. That means we're going to get an equal layout to the one above. So this one in the middle, I'm going to return to the other layout. So I'm going to merge those cells, because if you look on the original, we've got the 5 cells here, the yes or no, but then we've got another question underneath, which is a if yes, describe. So that's why we need this row here. So we can put that one in. There we go. We're going to merge those 2. Merge cells, that's fine. Okay, so now we've finished putting all of our information in. Clearly we now need to format this table. So select your table, go to table design, and over here we've got all of our borders. If I click on the drop down, you can see we've got all of the borders here of the cells and the table. So I'm going to take out all of the borders and then select the drop down and go down to view grid lines. So what that enables us to do is take out all the border lines, but we can just see where our table is and where all those lines could go if we wanted them to. So the first thing I'm going to do is to make sure that all of the sections that need extra text, so for example, it says what happened, briefly describe the incident in your own words. We can merge these two cells, and then we can put a return key in twice to give a section here for the individual to describe what actually happened. And then again here, we've got an extra return key and an extra one here. And then another one here. We've got some extra space for somebody to put some information in there. Now, as long as you've got all of those in, you can now start to increase the height of those cells because they're a bit narrow at the moment. So we can select the whole table, and then we can simply go to table layout, and in the height, we can gently start to increase the height. Now it's already jumped to 1.1, so let's just go back. So what we can do is just select those ones that we're interested in extending the height. So in here you can see the height of those cells only 1.59. We can then increase them to 0.7. So select this area here, and again we'll go to 0.7, and I'll go ahead and do that for the rest of the table. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is put my cursor at the very beginning of the table at the top here, press the return key just to enable us to move that table down just a little bit so it looks a bit more professional on the page. Okay, so now we're going to insert some border lines. So when you insert a border line, we're just going to do the top section, put your cursor in the cell that you want to affect. So I want to put a black line at the bottom here. So pop your cursor in here. Go to table design, go over to borders, click on the drop down and select the bottom border here. And you can see we've now placed that bottom border in there. Now here I want all three of these cells. Let me show you the original. I want lines around all of these three cells here. So I've selected them, go to borders and select all borders. Deselect, and you can see now all those border lines are affected. Again, we can do these three. All borders is currently selected, as you can see, so just click. Perfect. Now if we go back to the original, we just want all borders around these two cells here, this big one and this one here. So again, select these two cells, all borders, this one here, and then just this one cell here, so pop your cursor inside. All borders, this one as well, all borders, these two here, and then these three at the bottom. And then let's switch off the grid lines, and you can see how those border lines have affected the look of our table. So we need to put some more yes and no's here, and we also need, you can see this text here is at the top of the cell and it should be in the middle. So select it, go to layout, and select align to left center. And then we can do the same with this one here, center left, and the one here, center left. So we don't need to take up more room with a double line here. Just select these three cells, grab this line here and move it over. And you can see that now we've just got that one line instead. So you don't have to do that, but it's a choice. I'm just showing you how it can be affected. This one here, just affecting these three cells at the bottom. Move that one over. Let's put the yes and no's in. So now you've created your form. If you want to make this digital or fillable, then I'm going to show you how to do that now. So you need to have the developer tab here. If you can't see it, you need to go up to Word, Preferences, Ribbon and Toolbar, scroll down to the bottom, make sure developer's checked and click Save. Once you do that, you'll see that your developer tab is at the top here. And this section here refers to all the things that you can do to affect your form to make it fillable. So you can see at the moment it's locked, so just unlock it, just click on it, and you can see these are no longer greyed out. So if we want your user to pop some text in here, then we need to put in a text box. So pop your cursor there, check text box. Now at the moment this text box is at the top of this cell. We want it in the middle to make it look a bit better. So we can select all three of these cells, go to table layout, and go to center left. There we go. Now in this text box, if we right click, we can go down to properties and we can actually make some customizations in this text box. You can limit your text length, which is what most people are interested in doing. So if I pop it in here, I can limit it to, let's say, 30 characters if I wanted to, and then just click OK. And this will now limit to 30 characters. So once I've done that, I can actually click and drag across it, taking it to this slight blue color, copy it, Command or Control C, and then select these two cells and press paste, and it will paste in those two as well. And you can realign them as we did before. You can go ahead and do that again to these three cells, paste them in, align to center. You can pop it in here, but then again, you can go ahead, properties, and because there's more characters required, you can put it to maybe 200 characters. Click OK. Same with this one. Paste it in here and in here. I'll come back to the checkboxes in a second. These two, you can paste them in, again, center left. These three, paste them in, center left. So to pop in your checkboxes, click in the box that you made here. If you can't see it, go to table design and just put those view grid lines back on. Click in here, go to the developer tab, then go to checkbox, and again, checkbox, and one here, and one here. Now this one again, you can pop that into the middle of the cell, go to table layout, center or center left, and this one as well, center left. Now once you've popped in all of your fillable elements, there's a couple of things that you can do. You can send it with all these grey boxes in if you want to, or you can go to shading and click and take the shading out. We'll pop it back in for the moment. And then when you're happy and finished with it, you have to protect the form. So click protect, and that means if you click on anything else or attempt to click on anything else in your form, the cursor will automatically jump to the nearest box in order for your user to be able to just pop the text in that box. So let's just take the border lines off, table design, borders, grid lines. So we take the grid lines off. Perfect. The checkboxes, now we've actually protected the form. If I click on these, you can see it's now checked. Zoom in. And if I click on it again, you can see it's checked. And that's how your user will be able to use this form. So let's just take the shading off. Of course, you can't edit anything right now until you unlock it. So you need to unlock it. That will show everything back up again. Click off the shading and there is your form. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe and have a great day.